Let us begin with Potter. Potter, this is coming from Sportskita. With Champions 2023 being the first international tournament in North America, do you think that adds extra pressures on teams from the region to perform?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely so. You know, I was just talking to my players about all the benefits about the fact that the stage looks just like the Santa Monica stage. It's our stomping grounds. It's our backyard. But, you know, these guys are competitors. They definitely like the feeling of being activated, the environment of going to a different place, traveling for the tournament, things like that. So it's been a bit of a challenge for us being local and getting into that tournament groove, but definitely not dealing with jet lag and things like this and representing our home turf. It's going to be a different experience for sure.
Thank you. Awesome. Let's go next to Alecks. With the absence of something at Tokyo, how do you think that originally affected the team both mentally and in-game with preparation leading for the tournament? How much confidence do you have going into Champions knowing that you are at full force?
I knew that he wasn't going to make Tokyo like a week before the finals of the Pacific, I think. But we didn't tell the players. I think on the day that we won, we told them, and they looked pretty down. But we just wanted to go there and like just try our best, you know. Right now, yeah, it's actually surprisingly hard to reintegrate him again. It feels as though he joined us all over again, you know, because like we had to like change so many things and then we have to change back again. We're getting into it, but kind of jet lagged at the moment. So luckily we are one of the last few games and we have a little bit more time. As for mentality, I guess same thing, you know, we just try to play with no pressure.
Thank you. We'll go next to fRoD from, and this is a question from Sportskita. After Loud's performance in VCT Masters Tokyo, what is the course correction that was initiated coming into Champions 2023?
You know, we took that loss pretty hard in the sense of just realizing that, you know, we have to not prepare better, but just come into the game with a different mentality. So we just took a small break and had pretty much a boot camp prior to champs. So just really refocusing our mindset on practice, tactics, and getting our groove back. So that's pretty much been our focus.
Thank you. We'll now start taking questions from the audience. We'll start with VLR.gg from Muhammad.
All right, so this is a question for guys. So guys, you have the opportunity to work for both Turkish partner teams, fRoD and BBL, and you have achieved quite a lot of success with them, especially with championships. Considering your experiences with both teams and the Turkish teams and the Turkish players, what are your general opinion about them, their experiences, and do you think we'll see more Turkish representations, especially for VCT EMEA in the near future? Thank you.
Guys, öncelikle yani iki takımda da partnership olan, iki takımda da çalışmış birisi olarak iki takımda da bulunmuş olma deneyimin seni nasıl etkiliyor? Yani ne gibi şeyler deneyimledin? Bu deneyimin seni ileri taşıyacağını düşünüyor musun ve ileride VCT EMEA'da daha çok Türk oyuncu ya da daha büyük bir Türkiye'nin daha büyük bir temsil edilme fırsatını görür müyüz? Yani ileride daha çok Türk takımı çıkar mı bu gibi turnuvalara?
Yani benim için hepsi bir geçiş süreciydi. Bence aynı şekilde fRoD da öyle. Her zaman kendimi üzerine koyup daha ileriye hedeflemeye çalışıyorum. Belki fRoD'da Champions şampiyonluğu, belki başka bir takımda Champions şampiyonluğu bilemiyorum ama BBL'de bir geçiş süreciydi. fRoD'da belki geçiş süreci veya burada bir şampiyonluk bilemiyorum ama benim için her zaman kademeli bir şekilde ilerleme oldu bu. Türk takımlarını soracak olursanız da yani sanırım oyun hakkında çok fazla bir bilgimiz yok. Firepower olarak güçlüyüz ama oyun bilgimiz biraz eksik kalıyor. Belki bu alanda iyi organizasyonlar kendini gösterirse bence bu mümkün.
First of all, I want to start off by saying that I consider everything as a segue. Like everything is a stepping stone for me for better things in the future. fRoD is like that. BBL was like that as well. So I always try to improve myself, build on myself, and then target bigger and larger things. As for Turkish teams, I believe we have good firepower. Like both Turkish teams have good firepower, but we can kind of lack in terms of understanding of the game. So if we fix those issues, we may see some further representation in the future.
Thank you. We'll go next to Pedro Romero from Blix.gg.
Yes, hello. I got a question for everyone within this press conference. I just want to know your thoughts on the presence of Deadlock in this game and with her participation within this particular competition. Some coaches earlier in the day in the past press conferences said that they don't expect for her to appear within matches too much, but I'd like to know your input as to her presence, and also what does she bring to the table compared to other agents within her role.
Guys, yani I'm translating for him as well. Deadlock'ın oynanabiliyor olma ihtimali hakkında ne düşünüyorsun? Sence seçilme ihtimali var mı? Bazı kişiler seçilmeyeceğini, oynanmayacağını düşünüyor. Yani genel olarak koçların fikrini merak ettiler. Sen de istersen yanıtlayabilirsin.
I just translate.
Yeah,
Go first.
yeah, I mean, I agree with what was said before. I don't necessarily know how much Deadlock we're going to see. I think a lot of agents throughout their history, they either come really strong or sometimes they might need a little buff to be a little bit more viable. And with an agent with kind of a unique kit like that, I think you might have to change up too much with too little prep time between, when the agent was released and when Champs is out. So not really seeing, they're not really anticipating too much use of that agent.
Thank you. We'll go next to Juan Pablo from Prensa Esports.
I hope you can hear me now.
Yes.
Nice. My question is for Potter. So after your success in Masters, where EG were kind of the underdogs, how does the team deal with the pressure of now being one of the rivals to beat in the tournament?
Well, as far as the players go, their approach is still going to be that underdog mentality. There's a lot of questions for us as a squad coming into this event. Are we going to be able to replicate? Was Tokyo a fluke? All of these are very fair questions, and we've discussed it as a team, but the players, they're coming in with that same nothing to lose. It's just a Tuesday. It's just a normal scrim type mentality, and that's done really well for us all year long.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go next to Sportskita, Afisto Das.
Hi. So my question is for fRoD. You were kind of handed a team consisting of world champions and newcomers at the beginning of the season, right? How far do you think the team has come over the course of 2023, and how much further do you think it can possibly go with more time?
Oh, I think that we've come out and started playing really well. It was hard to integrate, especially a couple rookies and players who are changing some roles, but ultimately everyone's very dedicated. They stick to the game plan. We as a team are very unified in what we do. So, I think that it's the growing that we continue. You have to continue doing. Obviously, we came out pretty strong at lock-in America's League, but it's all about how you finish and how you keep evolving. So I think that's our biggest focus, is to kind of forget about the good that we've done and just focus on continuing to improve and evolve as players, and hopefully bring better showing every time we play in a different tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We're going to continue taking questions from the remote media, but if anybody sitting in the audience, players or otherwise, would like to ask their coaches a question, please feel free to go up to the mic. We'll go next to Lucas Bouth from esports.net Brazil.
Hello, my question is for fRoD. Can I ask in português?
Yes.
fRoD, boa tarde para você. Eu queria saber, assim, a maior diferença que você vê na Loud agora em comparação ao Masters e agora no Champions. Você acha que vocês estão mais preparados para a competição?
Sí, con certeza. Para nós, estamos treinando muito forte. Como falei antes, estamos haciendo bootcamp antes de este torneo. Estamos falando muito sobre a coisa que aconteceu em Tóquio e estamos com a vontade de jogar.
Sabemos que é o último torneio do ano, só para nós temos essa vontade de jogar. Estamos sem jogar, pensamos um sentido que nem jogamos em Tóquio, só para nós queremos começar o torneio muito forte e espero que nós estamos jogando muito tempo aqui em este torneio.
Thank you. We'll go next to Nerditude. Yesh.
Hi, my question is for Potter. EG had an impressive improvement in quite a short period of time. As a coach, what would you say was the key factor for the team to have this great improvement? Thank you.
Thank you. There were a lot of factors for sure coming into it. Just having that player change and having everyone kind of get involved and the problem solving, everyone kind of got in that same mentality of we got to fix this. So that turnaround with fresh blood coming into the mix definitely helped reignite a new fire for us. And it definitely helps that Demon 1 can aim and shoot as well as you can. So definitely, I think it was on our second day or something like this. Told Max, he was saving his knives just like any ranked player would for an eco round. And I told him, hey, pop your knives, make a movie for yourself. And he aced that second round. So from that moment on, I think just everyone just was motivated and kind of what am I trying to say? Yeah, they followed the leader. They followed the leader. Max definitely kind of showed the way.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Let us go to Pedro next from Blix.gg.
Yes, hello. Got a question for Alex. You mentioned in one of your answers that in trying to prepare this team for Champions, it was like you were basically working, or you were basically starting over. And so regarding that, what has been the difference between, the state of the team at this moment in time in the lead up to Champions and the team that won VCT Pacific like around a few months ago? What's that difference been like? And also, I want to know your thoughts on taking on the rest of the teams in your group. Consisting of Crew, Edward, and Giants.
Okay, so I think in general we're just slow starters, and we need like a lot of practice time, prep time. That's why I think Tokyo is a little bit of a odd thing for us. I didn't expect that kind of run. Just the state of the scrims right now, because of the lack of everyone's taking a break, right? So we don't really have the best practice possible. It's a bit difficult for us to get into the groove. I think that's the only difference. And because like players have to switch agents again, back to the old ones that we were using, or try new comms with Deadlock, for example. It's a bit messy right now, but I expect it to like clean up over the course of the next week. As far as teams in our group, I mean, I don't know actually. EDG, we scrim partners, we scrim them every now and then. They're really, really good. Crew, we have never played before, but they've been in almost every event except for Tokyo, I think. So, I think they're a very difficult opponent and looking forward to playing with them. And we've never played Giants before, but normally we play okay against EMEA teams, so I think it'll be difficult but fun group.
Thank you. We'll go next to Raquel Ferreira.
Hello, my question is for fRoD, and I'm going to ask in Portuguese also. No Masters Tóquio, a gente viu que o Aspas estava jogando, não jogou de Jet, né? Jogou só de Neon. E agora com a mudança do meta também, né? Com o Chamber, os torcedores podem esperar, assim, algumas mudanças ou alguma nova composição da Loud?
Não vou falar muito sobre isso, mas eu sei que a gente aqui não me entende. Mas sim, vamos cambiar muita coisa que aconteceu em Tóquio. Para mim, uma coisa que eu queria fazer mais é pôr meus jogadores em posição para ser bom. Eu sei que havia um pouco de mudança sobre isso antes, mas vamos mudar para trás para fazer coisa que sabemos que é forte para nós e embora.
Obrigada.
Thank you. We'll go next to Mohammed from VLR.
All right, thank you. This question is for Potter. So Potter, you've mentioned before that this is basically a hometown area for EG, and I was wondering, will you take the entire team for a special occasion to the stage? Not just the 6 players, but literally 10 players onto the stage for before the match started or anything. Is that on the table?
That was not on the table, and it's unfortunately not going to be possible because just a couple weeks ago, a lot of the reserve players flew back home for the season. So unfortunately, not going to be possible to have everyone come out. But I mean, there's going to be so many family members, aunts, uncles, girlfriends. Yeah, there's a really cool feeling of being able to live vicariously through family members coming out to the event that haven't really been to an esports event. So I know a lot of my players are really excited to be able to share that with the people that they love.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. We're going to go next to Jin from Kwang Valorant.
Hello, someone can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. This question for Alex. This is a funny question. I have. Do you think you will be less likely to smart the table during the champion this year? Because I watching your clip smashing table in during the Tokyo and Pacifically, it's so funny, man.
I mean, I don't know.
Thank you so much.
It just comes out naturally, you know. Like when I get frustrated, I just
Yeah.
yeah. So
Like the reaction, you're
Yeah.
angry. Okay.
I'm not very angry. I'm just I guess I'm angry. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Alex.
You're welcome.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Moments of stress. Alex, thank you for that one. Pedro, you are going to close us out with the final question of today's press conferences. Make it a good one.
A lot of pressure, but thanks. This goes for both Alex and guys. Regarding about the team's preparation for champions, I want to know what's it been like for you to like find scrimmings. You know, what's that avenue been like, considering that tier 2 is basically not active right now with its conclusion. So how have you guys worked through that avenue, and also like what are some of the biggest obstacles that you've seen within that juncture?
Şimdi Tier 2 takımlarının tabii mevsim bittiği için şu sıralar scrim bulmak çok kolay olmuyordur tahminiyle soruyor bu soruyu. Champions hazırlığına giderken, Champions için hazırlanırken bu scrim bulma süreciniz, antrenman süreciniz nasıl geçti? O az önce dediğim şeyde göz önünde bulundurarak.
Sadece bana mı geldi soru?
It was to both of you. İkinize de
You
değil.
can go first. Yeah. So,
Sen ilk yanıtla.
Yani büyük ihtimalle evde olsaydık scrim atamazdık. Ama şu an Champions'ta olduğumuz için diğer kalan 16 takımın en azından 8'iyle atma fırsatımız oluyor. Çünkü ortalama takımlar şunu düşünebiliyor. Bu gruptan çıkabilir, bu gruptan çıkamaz diye tahminlerine göre zaten scrim kabul ediyorlar. O yüzden de buradayken hiç herhangi bir saati kaçırmadık. Scrim boşu geçmedi.
If we were back home, that would be almost impossible to scrim and train against other teams. But I mean, since we came here, we haven't really missed any scrimming opportunities. We have scrimmed with like almost half of the 16 teams on this stage, and teams sometimes accept scrim requests based on their own preparations and knowledge of other teams. So yeah, I mean, so far everything has been so smooth, and we haven't had any trouble scrimming with people.
yeah. In America, haven't had any problems. I think if you want to scrim at a certain time, you can find it. But in Asia, like everyone's on holiday right now, like literally everyone. So I think there's only basically T1, Zeta, and DRX. T1 flew to America early. Zeta was in the middle of SAQ, and DRX we rarely scrim with them. So there's no one in Asia.
Awesome. Well, coaches, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. This will conclude the final press conference. For those of you that have been